The Oak Island team has made a significant discovery near the buried treasure site, captivating fans and researchers alike. Using advanced technology and historical insights, the team discovered an unexpected large boulder in the swampy areas of the island, which was initially thought to be just another rock. However, further investigation revealed that the boulder appeared to be a deliberate marker, possibly pointing to something bigger. Its location near Nolan's Cross, a well-known stone arrangement, suggests it was intentionally placed by previous visitors, adding to its significance. The alignment of this boulder with Nolan's Cross hints at a purposeful placement, perhaps marking a significant spot or leading to hidden treasure. This idea is supported by John Edwards, a researcher who has spent years studying the island's history. Edwards' theory is that the original treasure hiders created a network of markers and clues across the island to guide future seekers. As the team continues to dig, they are careful to respect the historical and cultural importance of their findings. Each artifact not only brings them closer to possibly solving the treasure hunt, but also helps piece together Oak Island's history, offering insights into the people who lived there long ago. Edwards often suggests that ancient groups like the Knights Templar might have used Oak Island to store their relics and treasures. The recently uncovered boulder's placement, aligning with Nolan's Cross, seems to support this idea, suggesting a deliberate marker by early explorers. This discovery raises many questions. Was the boulder part of a more complex setup? What was its purpose? And most importantly, could it be pointing to the legendary treasure on Oak Island? The Oak Island team and their supporters continue to dig, researching, and putting together the historical pieces scattered across the island. The team began with a detailed look at the area around the significant boulder, using special excavation tools to carefully manage the environment without damaging any delicate items buried beneath. As they dug deeper, they found a structure of stones beneath the boulder, indicating it was intentionally placed. The arrangement and craftsmanship of the stones showed a level of sophistication. The log found in proximity is unusually straight and well-formed, characteristics that hint at modification with human tools. The finding of these two artifacts in proximity recommends that this location was used for specific purposes, potentially connected to the creation of Nolan's Cross and other interesting features found on the island. Oak Island, a storied island in the Philippines, is home to a rich history of archaeological discoveries and treasure hunting. The circular formation of rocks, possibly a pit used for storing items, could be used to temporarily secure valuable items or shield them from adversaries. The large log, a significant construction, could have been part of a permanent settlement or operational base on the island. The meticulous engineering of these constructions suggests advanced knowledge of building techniques and a deliberate intention to create lasting structures. The underlying reasons for these constructions are still subject to speculation, but they add to the broader story of Oak Island's legend. The recent unearthing of what could be ancient human-made structures deepens the complex history of the island and brings with it daunting implications. These implications stem not just from the nature of the findings themselves, but also from the island's infamous past, believed to be cursed and laden with hazards. With the curse of Oak Island hanging over them, the team faces both real dangers and the weight of history and legend. The discovery of ancient human-made structures on Oak Island is inherently captivating, but the excitement is mixed with apprehension due to the island's history of deadly accidents and strange disappearances linked to its legendary curse. The findings potentially connect with the island's supposed flood tunnel system, suggesting a sophisticated network engineered to protect the Money Pit, a focal point of the island's lore. This significant breakthrough in understanding the island's layout could lead to further revelations about its historical use and the true nature of the activities that took place there. The curse of Oak Island, as told by local legends, foretells that 7 individuals will perish in their search for the island's hidden treasure before it is finally located. Up to now, 6 adventurers have tragically lost their lives in various incidents, casting a somber shadow over the legend. The recent unearthing of structures that might trace back to the era of the Knights Templar or earlier settlers introduces a notion of tampering with the historical record, suggesting that some aspects were intended to remain undisturbed. Oak Island is fraught with immediate physical dangers as real as the legendary ones. The landscape is beset with natural threats including quicksand, sinkholes, and pits that are prone to collapse. The swampy areas, where many significant finds have occurred, are especially hazardous. The intensive digging required to delve deeper and uncover further elements can make the already precarious underground structures even less stable, risking sudden collapses that could ensnare or injure those in pursuit of the island's treasures. Beyond the tangible threats, there are stories of curses and supernatural forces purported to guard the treasures of the island. Regardless of personal beliefs in such supernatural tales, the psychological impact these stories wield is undeniable, instilling fear and caution among those exploring the island. Unearthing these ancient structures brings with it not only the responsibility of managing the finds with care, but also ensuring that these relics are studied and preserved in ways that respect their historical value and the cultures they represent. This responsibility includes ethical considerations, as disturbing these ancient sites might be seen as an intrusion into the sanctified aspects of ancestral lives and endeavors. The exploration of Oak Island is a complex interplay of excitement, danger, and ethical dilemmas. Each discovery carries with it the weight of historical significance and the need to navigate the moral landscape of disturbing ancient resting places. The Oak Island treasure hunt has evolved significantly due to the integration of modern technology. Historically, the island has been a hub for extensive searches, driven by tales of buried riches. However, today's team equipped with advanced technology has taken treasure hunting to a new level of sophistication, precision, and safety. This shift has led to more substantial discoveries and a clearer understanding of the island's fascinating historical layers. One of the standout technologies used by the Oak Island treasure hunters is ground-penetrating radar, GPR, which works by sending radio waves into the ground, which bounce back to create images of what lies beneath the surface without the need for actual digging. This technology is particularly beneficial on Oak Island, where the terrain is extremely challenging and the threat of collapsing pits looms large. Thanks to GPR, the team can pinpoint potential treasure sites and strategically plan their excavation activities, minimizing disruption to the landscape and concentrating their efforts on areas with the highest potential for yielding valuable finds.
An exploration. The stone road is an impressive piece of work, made up of about 6,000 stones, showing it was way ahead of its time in terms of engineering. It was built wide and flat, probably so it could handle lots of traffic, possibly from a bunch of people or even carts. The careful construction of the road raises many questions, encouraging the team to delve deeper into the island's past. The discovery of the ancient Portuguese stone road on Oak Island has been a significant part of New World history, providing a model for future research into the history of the New World before the 19th century. The road's construction matches well with historical events and artifacts discovered around it, particularly British coins. The discovery has opened up new chapters in our exploration for connections to the ancient ancestors of Polynesia. The road is roughly 3 feet wide and has been built in sections, sometimes with a single layer of stones, sometimes with several. The edges are neatly lined with large basalt slabs, which are then packed in with smaller stones and organic material. The road's widest point at the water's edge, where it's shaped by wave action during high surf, exposes parts of the underlying chocolate-brown sand cliffs and the road's stone structure, now partly underwater. The discovery is not just about finding an old road. It's about piecing together how advanced the builders were in their planning and execution, showing a sophisticated understanding of engineering and local environmental conditions. The stone road's construction reveals a lot about the capabilities and intentions of its creators, offering insights into the technological and cultural advances of the time. The team is eagerly continuing their treasure hunt, driven by their passion and growing curiosity about what the treasure might be and where it could be hidden. Thanks to their meticulous research, the team has formed several theories about the nature of the treasure, backed by various pieces of evidence. One prominent idea suggests that the treasure could be connected to the Knights Templar. The Knights Templar were historically known for amassing and hiding valuable items. They came under sudden and intense scrutiny on October 13, 1307, when the French King Philip arrested members of the Templar Order. Many Templar Knights escaped to Scotland, particularly to the county of New Ross, which is quite close to the island. Sir Henry Sinclair, a 14th century political prisoner and a known Templar associate, fled to Nova Scotia, and his travels and activities in the area are marked by intriguing stone carvings found in Westford, Massachusetts, and Newport, Rhode Island. suggesting Templar activity. The theory holds that the Templar treasure was initially kept in Scotland, and they would have made efforts to relocate their treasure to a safer place. Further investigations on the Orne Islands by Alexander St. Clair, a knight and descendant of Sinclair, appear to have been aimed at exploring the most effective methods to transport the treasure back to Scotland. The treasure hunt on the island of Nova Scotia is not just about financial gain, but also about connecting present-day discoveries with historical events and figures. This connection enriches the search, providing a deeper meaning and context to the search. Each clue uncovered feels like a direct line to the past, offering insights into the lives and actions of those who came before. Connecting the treasure hunt to the Knights Templar adds a new layer, mixing history with exciting legends that fuel the team's drive. The hunt has gathered a wide audience, encouraging a wider discussion about the implications of such discoveries, how they are handled, and what they mean for our understanding of history. As new technologies and methods become available, the team integrates these tools into their search, refining their strategies and approaches in hopes of finally uncovering the long-sought-after treasure. The search for treasure is more than a mere treasure where the Crown had promised freedom, goods, and land to enslaved Black individuals in exchange for their loyalty. This led to a wave of migration, with nearly 5,000 Black loyalists arriving in Nova Scotia, forming 52 historic Black communities. By 1787, Samuel Ball purchased a 4-acre lot on Oak Island, Lot 25, for £8, which was thousands of dollars in today's terms. It wasn't a fortune, but for the time, it was a decent sum, especially for someone starting fresh. Some think his decision might have had something to do with his neighbor, Captain James Anderson, who owned the adjoining Lot 26. Captain James Anderson, born in Maryland, grew up to become a pirate and privateer. During the American Revolution, he initially pledged his loyalty to the United States, but then defected to the British. Thomas Jefferson, then Virginia governor and future president, slapped Anderson with charges of high treason and piracy. With the heat on him, Anderson fled to Canada and eventually landed on Oak Island, buying Lot 26. After Anderson left, Samuel Ball bought his lot and began building an impressive property portfolio. Starting as a cabbage farmer, Samuel turned his 4 acres into something far bigger. By 1789, he even purchased nearby Hook Island for £6, a hefty sum for the time. Some historians suggest that the British government's policy of awarding contracts to freed Black settlers to supply goods to the military may have played a role in this real estate spree. For the British Navy, cabbage was a lifesaver, as they used cabbage to produce sauerkraut, a vital source of vitamin C that helped sailors fight off scurvy on long voyages. However, the cabbage market had its bust when the Navy eventually shifted to using limes for vitamin C, leaving the cabbage market high and dry. Despite this, Samuel's wealth continued to grow. In 1795, 3 young men discovered the enduring mystery of the money pit on Lot 18 on Oak Island. The discovery was not random but deliberate, with a wooden platform made of oak beams every 10 feet below. Over the next 2 centuries, treasure hunters dug deeper and deeper, reaching depths of over 150 feet in search of whatever lay beneath. In 1795, the original dig only went 30 feet. Samuel Ball, a simple farmer, started snapping up land on Oak Island, owning lots of it, including Lot 25, Lots 8, 24, 31, 32, 30, 6, and 7. However, his connection to the money pit's discovery was not normal, as he had no connection to the discovery. In 2016, metal detection expert Gary Drayton and Oak Island historian Charles Barkhouse decided to dig into Lot 24 in search of clues that might unlock the Oak Island treasure mystery. They found coins, and as they scanned the property, pieces of history began to surface, hinting at something much bigger. Evidence suggested that British military encampments were established on the island during the 18th century, years before Samuel Ball's arrival. Fred Nolan, a treasure hunter, believed that Oak Island wasn't just about the money pit, it was part of a British military operation. He gained traction after purchasing 7 lots on Oak Island in 1963 and became fascinated with man-made stone markers, scattered across the island. According to Nolan, these markers suggested not only the creation of the money pit, but also the burial of smaller treasure caches all over Oak Island. The 7 Years' War, a global conflict fought between 1756 and 1763, spread across continents, from West Africa to India and the Caribbean. After the British sacked Havana, they set sail for Halifax, traveling up the North American coast. This theory suggests that multiple treasure caches were hidden across the island, and Samuel Ball's property might have been a key hiding spot. In 2015, treasure hunter Jack Begley stumbled upon an unusual point sticking out on Lot 6, suggesting that it might have been used as a cover or back wall for something. Samuel Ball's connection to Oak Island grew even more mysterious with every discovery, as investigators turned their attention to his homestead, suggesting that his legacy might hold answers hidden just beneath the surface. In 1921, Rick and Marty Lagina discovered an anomalous void or possible tunnel near the foundation of Samuel Ball's home on Lot 25. Archaeologist Laird Niven secured a permit for further investigation, believing that Samuel's choice of Lot 25 could have been intentional due to his knowledge gained during his time in the British military. As the team continued their investigation, more questions arose about Samuel Ball's wealth, his property, and his sideline business. Samuel Ball's house was built during the 18th century, making it rare for someone of his background. The discovery led to the discovery of a hidden tunnel beneath his home, which was solidly built but appeared empty when a camera was inserted into the void. Further investigations revealed that Samuel Ball's property